This is Coach John Motherwell, and you're watching Finlandia Fridays.
Welcome to Finlandia Fridays. My name is Michael Babcock. I am your host in this weekly interview series here at Finlandia University. This week, we're joined by women's basketball coach John Motherwell. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
John or Coach Mo, which one do you prefer?
As long as Mo's in there, you can drop the coach or use it, doesn't matter, but I prefer Mo. John means trouble.
I can remember that, so we're going to call him Coach Mo for the show here. I kind of like that. That way people know you're a basketball coach here. And you coming into Finlandia University is exciting news for Finlandia. That was I heard some rumors about you coming here earlier in the season, and when the season that you had this year at Valparaiso ended, all of a sudden the announcement came out, and I was really excited to hear that. Welcome to Finlandia. What did it mean to you to come to Finlandia?
It was, I had to be really patient to get here. We had to finish our season and lose, and you never cheer to lose, right? But I knew once that happened, the wheels have been in motion, so I'm really excited. I would have preferred to be here earlier for the team's sake, but now I'm here and I'm rolling.
Yeah. What is it about Finlandia University that made you interested in joining us here?
Well, it wasn't a foreign commodity to me. I've coached for 18 years, and I've had 5 or 6 opportunities to be a head coach, and I've turned them down. And the big thing was location. And this is exactly where I want to be. The Upper Peninsula at least. And I know we're in a certain specific region of it, but anywhere near a lake and in the UP was a big deal. And I believe in the mission of the school. I love the people up here. Of all the resources in the UP, the people are the best ones. So to raise a family here, and that's a big, big deal to me, to raise my kids in a place that I believe in and believe in the values. That was a ticket.
Yeah, definitely. And we're happy to have you in the UP. What have you spent a lot of time in the UP before?
I have, not this far north, although, this is kind of a boring story, but my great-great-great-grandfather was one of the first superintendents at Houghton. So there are some family ties here way back. So I've been up here as a tourist and spent a lot of time in the eastern UP every summer.
Okay.
Who from below the bridge doesn't love being up here? I know the reverse may not be true, but I'm one of those trolls that likes to come up here all the time, and to call it home is even better.
Well, let's talk a little about the Eastern UP. I haven't spent a lot of time in the Eastern UP. Where have you spent some time, and do you have a lot of friends and family out in that area?
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Nobbinway, Engadine area. One of my players at Milwaukee's family has kind of a compound up there, and spent every 4th of July and long stretches of summer up there, and still do, even though she's far removed from playing. So they're kind of like a family to me, and so we have a place to go every time here. And then we spend a lot of time in Sheboygan and cross the bridge regularly to see friends and family, or friends at least, in St. Ignace in that area. So it's a familiar spot.
Excellent. Well, let's dive back into Finlandia. You're joining our basketball team. You had a chance to watch some of the games online, I imagine. Talk a little bit about the basketball team you have here and what the players are like.
They shoot a lot of threes. I look at, they shot 768 threes in 20-some games. In the Horizon League, no one shot more than, I think, 740 in like 8 more games. So that's because they're small. They're devoid of a post, and they shoot well. So that is different for me. That's not the style I would prefer to play, and I won't get into that stuff in detail. But we'll adapt, or I'll adapt. But what I like is the qualities that you think about from people up here that are inherent. They work really, really hard, and there's great chemistry there. They like each other. So the work rate's exceptional. We're going to play fast and play hard, and they're nice kids. So many of them are from up here. So everything you kind of stereotype about this region is true. They got a great work ethic. They know what hard work is, and they play that way. So I'm excited about that. As a coach, that's all you want.
Excellent. And you mentioned the Horizon League. You're joining us actually coming straight out of Valparaiso University, which is an NCAA Division I school. So the way it works in NCAA athletics is there's Division I, Division II, Division III. Division I would be most of your bigger schools, and Valparaiso fit in that category. You guys played the men's team, for instance, has had the opportunity to be in the NCAA division, the big tournament that we all do those brackets for, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And you've also coached at the Division II level. Was it North Dakota? Is that right?
No, Minnesota State Moorhead and University of West Florida.
Excellent. And so those are a couple jumps. And you've also coached at the Division III level. You actually got your start in Division III, correct?
Yeah, St. Scholastica, and Duluth would fit just fine in the UP, and that was a great exposure to knowing I could handle that climate and region, and it actually got me more affinity for it. So that was a great start, and it really made me like Division III. I've been all the way from Division III to the Big Ten and back now. And that's this is somewhere I've wanted to not wrap up my career, but come back to, and so it's just perfect to be here.
Good. We're excited to have you here at Finlandia University. Like I said, it'll be really fun to watch this basketball team. When you think about the long-term aspects of a basketball program and having a successful program year after year after year, what are some of the building blocks you'll look to make happen?
Well, it's the most overused word in our sport, but it's all about culture. And I think some of that already exists. Again, the work rate and how hard the kids work here is the basis. We need more numbers. We need a little more size. We talk about basketball. Again, I don't want to bore you with those details, but we got to get a little bit bigger and do some things. But it's just going to be how hard the kids work, the buy-in, and once that's established, the wins will follow, and then that's when it kind of begins to perpetuate. So, we have a plan to do it, and it could take a lot longer than the episode, but the building blocks are already there with the kids that exist.
Yeah. If you go to fulions.com, you're going to be able to see a little season recap of the 2016-2017 women's basketball season. There were some good players this year. You said a lot about the threes. What is it? I'm going to go a little bit into basketball here. Why do you think this team shot so many threes this year? What do you think? How can you kind of take that and make that work with the style that you're hoping to bring in?
Well, if we can replace about 100 of those threes with layups, that'd be great. And we're going to play at that pace, and so I think that will happen. We certainly will encourage them to shoot threes. They do it well. I just think when they didn't have a post and the previous coaches saw that may work, they went with it. And I'm not about to play a style that won't work. If shooting that many threes is going to give us the best chance to win, then I'm all for it. But I think we can supplement that with a little more fast breaking and some things that I've done at other institutions that have worked. And and so I think they'll mesh really well. As we get bigger, those numbers will go down for how many threes we shoot, and that's all on recruiting, and that's probably been my niche as a coach in Division I and II especially in my career. So we'll get that going. And this is a great sell. Who doesn't want to come to Finlandia, right?
Right. It's a great area, great university. A couple of really unique degree options for students, which make it fun as well. Have you had a chance to get to a game at the Pavlin Army Center before?
I haven't. Nope. I've only seen them streaming, and so I've got to see the action live, but not in person. And I'm anxious to do it. I'm gonna have a great perspective. I'm gonna be standing as close to the inbounds as you can get, and hopefully stay there for the whole game. Yeah,
the atmosphere from what I've been to I've probably been to about a dozen or so games now over the last 2 seasons. It's great. There's a lot of fans that get very into it, and the team, the atmosphere that the players bring out is a lot of fun. The gym is kind of a compact area, so it gets loud in there very quickly, so it'll be a lot of fun.
And there's a great sense of community amongst the students. I've already figured out. I've eaten a few lunches in the cafeteria, which is great, and so I've made a lot of friends amongst the student body, and they know me, I know them, and it seems like they all know each other. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and the final thing I want to talk to you a little bit about is Twitter. Your Twitter account is amazing. So what is your Twitter account?
@Coach_Mo.
So if you're not following him, you got to get on there and follow that. It's very exciting. You follow a lot of great basketball minds and share a lot of wisdom about the UP, about basketball as a whole. What is it about Twitter that you like as a communication tool?
It's funny, I'm not going to divulge my age, but at first I didn't understand it. Once I mastered it, I loved it. It's a great resource to get a message out. It's obviously a great way to communicate quickly, but as a coach and as a recruiter, you almost have to use it. There's so many kids that use it, and so that was kind of the way I did it at first, and I just found out how much I enjoyed it and began to cultivate my interest and some of what sells as well. And I'm not good at many things, but I seem to have mastered Twitter, so I really enjoy it.
Well, I'm a big fan, and I want to thank you for coming on the show this week. It's been great to get to catch up with you and talk a little bit about basketball.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get my kids, Annie and Joe, up here, and my wife, and once the family's here, we'll be all in and have a Finlandia family.
Good, and we'll have you on again next season before your first game here. We'll get you on here, talk a little bit about what the team looks like for 2017-2018. I want to thank you guys for listening or watching Finlandia Fridays this week. The show notes are available at finlandia.edu/Fridays, as well as a full archive of all of our previous shows. Soon we'll also be putting a survey up for viewers to get on there and tell us what you like, what you didn't like about Finlandia Fridays. We appreciate you being with us throughout our first season here with this interview series at Finlandia University, and we'll be back again next Friday.